Tim, a game maker, is having a stressful meeting at home when suddenly the internet cuts out. When he isn't working, he thinks about the special times he has with his wife, Olivia. He also remembers times when she was pregnant and had to stay in the hospital because of problems. Out of nowhere, Olivia shows up and surprises him. They go downstairs and meet the building manager, Mr. Freeman. He tells them that the renovation is almost finished and the cover will be taken off soon. A helicopter came flying over them. He says there is a big fire in the harbor area. They go on break, and Olivia asks if they want to get pizza. They grab pizza, and Olivia takes her to their old car that just came back from the repair shop. They are eating there when Olivia suggests that they should go terrace by car, just like they always wanted to do. She also said that she just left her job, and she thinks they both need a new beginning after what happened. But Tim says he can't leave his job. He wants to go too, but not at this moment. He quickly gets a work call and starts working on it. At night, they are both awake in bed, and Olivia is crying. The next morning, Tim wakes up and sees that Olivia is packed up and ready to go. She says he won't change, so she's breaking up with him. When she tries to open the door, she sees that a strange brick is blocking it. She believed Tim had done something wrong and asked him to fix it, but Tim went to see what was going on too. Olivia goes to look at the window and sees the same bricks all over it. They look at every window, but they are all blocked by bricks. Olivia tries to open it and asks Tim for help. Tim calls out and yells for help, but no one hears him. She tries to make a call, but it doesn't go through. Tim goes to look at the Wi-Fi, but it doesn't work at all. They both try to get a signal, but it doesn't work. Tim saw that the phone makes noise when it's near the wall. Olivia gets a drilling machine and tries to break it. Tim joins too, but they couldn't even make a mark. They tested the wall, but when the wall ends, it stops at the brick. They tried a few different places, but got the same outcome. They can't figure out how someone blocked off a whole building. They hear someone yelling from the room next door. They make a hole to look for a woman and a man. The man is really stressed and says they only rented the room for one night, but now it's totally blocked. He asks them if they are in the same situation. They agree, and the man is really stressed out. The woman tells him to take a drink. Olivia asks if they saw anything at night, but she says they just woke up and found the house like this. The woman is very upset, so Olivia tries to comfort her. Tim sees that no water is coming out of the tap. They keep all the supplies. Tim thinks it's similar to video games. They need to find a way to escape, but Olivia interrupts and says that her work is bad. They start arguing because they have a problem they haven't sorted out. When Olivia goes out of the room, he throws his phone on the floor. While he is sitting, he sees something on the brick. He goes there and sees that it's a piece from the broken phone. The brick is behaving like a magnet. Olivia arrives and says she's sorry for the argument. He picks up a spoon and demonstrates how the brick is magnetic. They remove all the metals and place them on the wall. Olivia says the magnetic power is the strongest in the squares. She placed all the metal pieces on the squares, but soon the metal began to shake and fly toward them. Tim hangs out with Olivia. Olivia quickly sees that Tim is hurt by some metals. She takes them out and wraps his cuts with bandages. They are sitting when they hear a woman screaming from the room next door. They hurry to the wall and shout for them, but no one replies. So, they decide to make a bigger hole and go into the room. Tim has a bat, and Olivia has pepper spray. Look for them. They see the woman lying next to the bed. Olivia leads her away while Tim looks for the man. The man quickly jumps on him and holds him down. Olivia arrived and sprayed the man. Tim tries to hit the man, but the woman steps in to help him. She says he didn't hurt her. She was trying to break the brick and hurt her hand. He will never harm her. They might have had too much last night. Tim tied the man's hand, saying it's just for a little while until the medicine stops working. The woman says her name is Anna, and the man's name is Marvin. Tim is looking at the apartment and has found a place to store things. He breaks it open and discovers a large hammer. He then tried to break open the brick door with it, but Marvin, now awake, tells him that he will just ruin the weapon. Tim asks the man about the attack, but he looks surprised when Anna tells him everything and advises him not to take so many drugs. Olivia is an architect, and she has a new idea. She tells them to go to the basement because the building built during the war. There is a place that can protect people from bombs. Some of them are linked to the subway system, so they can get away from there. They begin to damage the floor. Marvin thinks someone is messing with them and believes the building manager might be responsible. They open up the floor, and Tim goes down and calls their neighbor. Mr. Oswald is here, and he has a gun. He tells him to go back upstairs because he didn't want to share his things with anyone. Olivia and the others plead and share their plan, but he doesn't care and tells them to leave him alone. When his granddaughter Leah comes and says they can leave together because she kept trying, he decided to help them. They all come down from that place. Tim helps Marvin and tells him to break the floor, which will help him get better. At the same time, Olivia is talking to Leah, who is trying to text her girlfriend after they had an argument. She says she got up at 4 a.m. She went to the bathroom, and when she came back, the whole area was blocked bricks. Tim spots a detector and opens it to take a look. He discovers that it has a camera. He asked Mr. Oswald, said he didn't put that in. Tim goes to a different room, opens another detector, and discovers it has a camera too. Marvin says they feel like they're part of a game like Squid Game, and that someone is watching them through a camera and Mr. Friedman is in charge of the game. Olivia says they should ask him because he lives right next door. They break the wall and enter his room. They were surprised to find him dead, bleeding by the door, and with both of his hands missing. Marvin feels ill and goes to the bathroom, and Anna goes with him. Olivia begins to feel very anxious and scared. Tim tries to make her feel better, but she walks out of the room. Tim then looks at Mr. Friedman's phone, has some pictures of the wall. They started breaking the floor again. They're all really shocked about what they found. Olivia shows Tim a news article about the fire and asks if it might be related. Suddenly, the floor crashes and Tim, Marvin, and Anna drop down to the ground. Olivia goes downstairs to help Tim. Marvin and Anna also get organized. Leah gets ready to leave, but Mr. Oswald gives her the gun and says he should go by himself, but she insists that he come with her. As they arrive, a guy shows up and compliments them on how they came in. He said he was Yuri Anton's friend. He came to see him for a few days. He wants to know why they are damaging the floor. What is their plan? They tell him the plan, but he laughs and says the brick is there to keep them safe. It's an advanced system to keep them safe from any kind of attack. Tim wants to know if he has any evidence to back up his idea. He then talks about some conspiracy theories, like the Deep State and the New World Order. Olivia wants to know where Anton is. He then showed them his dead body, saying he had just fallen down, likely from a heart problem. He was looking at the bricks. They express their sympathy. They are now debating if everything outside is dirty and if they should go outside or not. Marvin, Anna, and Olivia say they will try their luck outside. It's better to be outside than to be stuck in here while everyone else leaves. Leah stays behind to look at Anton's work. Yuri says that worrying about what the wall might be is really stressful for him. He picks up the paper. Leah goes to be with everyone else. They open up the floor and go down to the basement. They look for the tunnel and discover it. They force the door open, but to their surprise, it's blocked by the same brick. Marvin gets really angry and starts hitting the wall with a hammer. Tim tries to stop him and Mr. Oswald aims the gun at him. He then relaxes and says he feels calm, but suddenly grabs the gun and shoots at the wall. The bullets hit the brick and start to shake. Tim shouted at them to bend down, and they all bent down as bullets flew by. Not able to move out of the way, gets shot. Leah approaches him and asks for help from everyone, but when Marvin tries to help, she yells at him. They are all sitting in Anton's room when Anna asks if they share anything common, like how she almost died when she was a kid. Leah says she saw her mom die from cancer. Yuri says he took someone's life when he worked as a policeman. Leah says everyone knows about Marvin. Marvin said sorry again, but she yelled at him. They then ask Olivia and Tim. Olivia is going to talk, but Tim asks her not to, but she still says that they both lost a baby in a miscarriage. Tim walks to a different room. Olivia goes there and they begin to fight again. Olivia told him that after the miscarriage, he started focusing only on work and never talked about it. She has to handle the hurt by herself. Tim takes a deep breath and tells everyone they can't just do nothing. They need to look for Mr. Freeman's room for hints. Leah says they should look at Anton's work because he might have discovered something. They chose to break up. Tim, Marvin, and Anna are looking for Mr. Freeman's room, while Leah and Olivia look over Anton's work. Yuri doesn't care about it. As they look around Freeman's house, Tim sees that the room is much smaller than the one upstairs. He looks at a wall and realizes there is a hidden room. Marvin also discovered a remote control switch. Tim checks it and asks them to bring out flour. They throw flowers there and discover fingerprints on 4 numbers. The password will be one of the 24 different ways to arrange 4 numbers. Anna says she will call the others. Leah and Olivia find Anton's business card, and it shows that he works at a company called Epsilon Nano Defense. They ask Yuri about it, but he says Anton didn't like to discuss his job. He just knows he worked as a programmer. They look around and find his laptop and phone broken. Yuri says that whenever he got stuck, he would hit things against the wall. They discover a piece of paper with some code written on it. That's likely a code to unlock the brick, but Yuri laughs and says that when they open the door, radiation will come out, kill everyone. Anna arrives and tells them they discovered something. Olivia and Yuri go to look around while Leah keeps searching. Tim is trying different ways and can open the secret door. They go inside and see computers showing video of their rooms. Others go there and watch the video. Anna asks him to erase the videos of their private moments. They look in Tim and Olivia's room and find out the exact time the bricks were around the building. They slow down and see that it spreads across the building like really advanced tiny machines. Leah goes into Anton's room to see his dead body and takes off the scarf from his neck. She sees marks on his neck that look like he was choked. They go to Anton's room and see him lying dead on the floor. They're going to ask Yuri about Anton's death but see that he isn't there. Marvin goes to see how he is doing. They watch the video again and see Anton with the phone. Goes to the wall and sees some lights. They see that Anton could open the brick. Marvin is looking for Yuri and goes to his room. There, he sees that Yuri is burning Anton's work. Tim and the others also see the video of Yuri choking Anton. Marvin sees that Leah is dead next to the bed. He shouted at him, but he claims he's just trying to keep everyone safe. Tim has a gun and sees Yuri choking Marvin. Yuri then hits him and starts to grab his neck. Marvin stands up and hits him. They both trapped him. Others say not to shoot because he might know how to escape. Tim hits him and he falls down. They tied him to the chair. Olivia feels bad about Leah. Tim says she didn't do anything wrong. Anna believes he may have killed him because he probably found a way to escape. They look at the burned paper, and Leah goes to watch the video to look for clues. From the burned paper paper. They see the codes and realize it's a pattern similar to Morse code. Olivia shows Tim Anton's business card, and Tim says the company is where the big fire happened. They wake up Yuri and ask how Anton can open the brick wall. He tells them that everything outside is polluted and it's safer for them to stay there. Tim points to the side and asks if the Epsilon company made the wall and why they did it. He says he knows it was made to protect against attacks. Olivia wants to know if everything outside is dirty, so why did Anton want to go out? He says that Anton thought there was a problem with the system because of the fire. Marvin Sockerm says they support Anton's idea. Anna arrives and says she discovered something. She shows that Anton was using his laptop. Tim said he was coding and made an app to unlock the brick. They watch Yuri break his laptop and phone. They take his broken phone and plug it into his computer. They figure out that the phone is like and the squares on the wall are locks for opening the door. Anton used the phone's flashlight, which is a type of light wave, to open the brick door. Tim takes apart the app to understand how it works, and then they go to the wall and open the app. The app starts and highlights the squares like a button. They click it by chance, and the phone flashes. The wall begins to look like a doorway. Anna touches it. She says she feels warm and they have to do it. Marvin, who is watching Yuri, comes over and tells her to take her hand away, but she replies that she can't because something is pulling her hand. Some people try to pull her back, but she moves deeper into the wall. Suddenly, the wall begins to closer. As the door closes, Anna's lower half falls to the ground. Marvin is very upset while Yuri finds it funny. In his anger, he shoots the other person and then turns the gun on himself. Olivia and Tim sit on the floor, very upset. As she thinks it's the end, she tells Tim that she was heartbroken when they lost their baby. She needed him, but he shut himself away. Tim says she hasn't left him yet, and he is grateful for that. She answers because she loves him. They forgive each other and decide to look for a solution again. They open the app and see that when they press the button, it lights up in different ways on each button, sometimes 6 times, sometimes 4 times, once, or twice. They look at the video and figure out the order Anton used. They come down and are about to test it on the wall when Yuri, who is alive, suddenly jumps at Tim. He walks over to Olivia, who has fallen into the basement. Tim arrives and pushes him into the basement. He jumps over and runs to the door with Olivia. Yuri chases after them. They try to shut the door, but Yuri pushes it open hard. Tim hands Olivia the phone and asks her to open the door. Olivia opens the door, and Yuri comes in. They both start to grab each other's throats, but Yuri pushes Olivia down to the ground. Tim tells Olivia to go by herself. Just as Yuri is about to stab him, Olivia hits him with a hammer. They both go to the tunnel and walk through it to get outside. They see that the entire neighborhood is made of brick. They look at their car and get in. They are now ready to go to Paris. The radio said that there is an emergency in the city. The fire at Epsilon Nanotech Industries turns on a hidden nano defense system that was created secretly. Here's a summary of the movie Brick 2025. Look at more summaries like this.